They tried to erase the signal. They pulled the plug, demonetized, censored, shadow banned. That's what they did to us. But the truth, my friend, will always find the frequency. I call this Operation Airwave Liberation because I'm not just back, I'm broadcasting from ruined. But this time, the airwaves is mine. And this time, it's uncensored. I watched them strip everything that we built. No warning, no explanation, silence, just taking everything away. 300 plus videos, deleted, all gone. And if you think this is about community guidelines, you've not been paying attention. This is a war. This is a digital gulag dressed in a terms of service type of way. They want us gone because we're saying things that they don't like. Maybe we're asking questions because we're curious. They don't like the questions we're asking. Or maybe we refuse to play nice in this echo chamber that we're in. They first hit me with the algorithm. The video is not getting enough views. Then they hit me with the monetization. Well, no money for you. But guess what? They forgot to hit my will. They thought that'll be enough. It's gonna cave and it's gonna run away. But guess what I did? I rebuilt, I rewired, I learned the game behind the curtains and see how they operate. I'm not just back. We're launching Operation Airwave Liberation. No filters, no masters, just signals. The signal they tried to block, but this time is very strong. The wind can't even penetrate through this. This, my friend, isn't just about me. It's about all of us. Every single voice that's been cancelled, clipped and used in the wrong way by the media. From now on moving forward, I'm not just creating content anymore. I'm sorry. I'm building a resistance on camera, off grid and above the algorithm. And if you are watching this, you are the resistance. This channel isn't just a platform. This is a broadcast tower for the truth. I'm glad I'm back.
You are listening to The Baraka Show.
Hey, pervert! Listen, mate, we're not here to cause a problem, yeah? We just want a word with you. Open the door, mate. We want to know if you want this why that girl at the age of 14 was groomed and then made to run away from home at the age of 16 by a man that's in his early 40s. Tomorrow, that could be your daughter, your sister. I know you're there watching me at the door, my friend.
Ladies and
Open
gentlemen,
the door. Mate, if I was you, I'd look at the fucking window.
patriots,
There's over 200 of us there, mate.
ladies and gentlemen,
It's in your best
patriots,
fucking go.
truth seekers, digital warriors, welcome back to the show again. Yeah, as you already know, this is not a regular broadcast. This is not a regular broadcast, I repeat.
You don't even know he's talking to other girls.
Finally, the police are doing their work, finally. After days, hours, after protest after protest, protest after protest, finally the police realized that they got the power to stop this. This is insane, folks. It's crazy. Viewer discretion advised. What we're going to talk about today is going to be super disturbing. Seeing how a little girl was able to be, well, groomed. Well, can I say the word here since the censorship machine is very hard nowadays? She was, I don't want to say groped because that's me trying to belittle the heinous crime that took part, that was taken by the guy. Well, we can actually say she was raped, groomed for several days. Reports are coming in that it's been going on for 7 years. 7 fucking years. Sorry for my language. 7 years this thing has been going on. Neighbors told the police, hey police, there's a tiny little girl in our house. and there's multiple guys who are walking in. Police, can you do something? Police said, here, I'm so busy. She's making a life choice. And they walked away. For 7 years, that's been going on. Neighbors are saying, hey, something is happening here. Something is happening here. Police is like, she's making a life choice. Who's this girl making a life choice? If it's been going on for 7 years and she's 16 today, how old was she when this thing started then? Okay. Are you able to make such life choice at that age? Probably not. No, you can't. She was a child. She is still a child. But of course, the police turned a blind eye, as they always do. They promise you and I that there's nothing like this going on. But nothing has changed, because these things still go on. These things still go on. Year after year, things like this are happening. It's freaking insane, folks. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. I got a lot of video I want to play to you. Viewer discretion advised. This is going to be very disturbing. Man, every time when you dig, it's like you hope you don't find anything. You're hoping that I hope there's nothing crazy. There's nothing more to this story. Then you dig a little bit. You dig a little bit and you're like, oh, there's something there. You're like, you see it. Crazy information. You're like, man, I can't keep this closely guarded. I have to report it to the guys. So, hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. As you already know, this is not a regular broadcast, so let's get straight into this. We're going to cover a lot of stuff today. And we might have a guest. A guest is coming on later on the show. I think maybe 2 or 3 guests. 2 or 3 guests, we'll see. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. But, it's important to start having guests now. They're going to join us. But we're going to cover this stuff. We're going to cover the child that was saved, not by the police, but the Sikh community. Just ordinary men stood outside the apartment and they waited. They waited for hours and hours and hours. And they saved the little girl, the child. We're going to cover that. There's more information that's come out about that. Not many people are talking about it. I'm trying to go to GB News. I'm trying to go to Sky News. I mean, all these news channel. Where is the information? Nothing. Yeah, so it's important we talk about this. So we're going to talk about that. That's basically the main story today. We're probably going to give like 40 minutes for this. Next one, we're going to talk about the big Chinese super embassy. The fuck is that? What do you mean super embassy? That's crazy. Why? Why do we need super embassy here? Chinese. Well, is there something that they're doing that we want to copy? No. So why do we need a super embassy here? So we're going to talk about that and how crazy that might be. I'm going to talk about digital ID. Some of you guys are celebrating. And yeah, I know it's good to celebrate, but hey, have we won yet? Probably not, but it's okay to celebrate. We're going to talk about the digital ID. And also we're going to talk about Sadiq Khan, the police numbers, the crime rate is going higher and higher and higher. These are numbers that Sadiq Khan doesn't want you to see. He doesn't want you to talk about it, but he wants you to talk about how not many young people have been killed last year. Not many young people were killed last year. He wants you to talk about that. So you can feel good. That's the only number he's able to brag about, because he knows every single other ones is just bad. Horrible. Still can't believe he's still in power. So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about the West Midlands police. Despite all the money we give them, year after year, they cry about, oh, we need more power. We need more money. Give us money. We give them money. We give them new vehicles. We give this. We invest into this. We invest into this. Only for them to use AI when they're able. I mean, all that power you have, all the technology we give you, but you're still using AI, ChatGPT, Grok, and Copilot, and all these other, DeepSeek type of AI to make a decision. I mean, it's freaking insane. The fact that this Greg Guilford guy has not resigned is literally putting a middle finger to all of us. I think Shabana Mahmood needs to come there and drag him out of the office. Live on television so we can laugh at him. Just like he publicly humiliated Maccabi Tel Aviv fans by blocking them. We should also try to do the same thing. Drag him out of the office. Sack. You're fired. So let's talk about that. Again, first of all, viewer discretion advised. We need to talk about this big one. This one is huge. It's important. The young girl was saved. Thank God she was saved. I got multiple videos I want to play to you guys. And then I want to tell you about what the council of Hounslow said. The council there. The statement that he's made. Sadiq Khan, the statement that he has made. And all the other people who were meant to protect the young girls. The statement that they have made. And what they did as well is insane. So viewer discretion advised. Let's go. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So let's talk about this. It's important. It's important. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what's wrong with this? All right, the mic doesn't wanna. Even the microphone is terrified. The information that I'm about to release to you, the microphone is not ready for it. All right, cool. Okay, where do we start this? All right, let's start with this video. The video of the Sikh community. This guy, he went out there. He took the matter into his own hand. He took the matter into his own hand and he said, no, not anymore. We can't have young kids being groomed in our street. We can't have young babies sleeping with 40-year-olds in our street. I'm going to take the matter in my own hands. I'm going to stop this. And he did. So here's the video I want you to watch. He went and he knocked on a door with hundreds of people with him. He knocked on the door to get the girl out. And he was there for hours, hours after hours, hours after hours. Because police, they want to do anything. Big up the Sikh community, folks.
Come on, you pervert. Listen, mate. We're not here to cause a problem, yeah? We just want a word with you. Open the door, mate. We want to know if you want this why that girl at the age of 14 was groomed and then made to run away from home at the age of 16 by a man that's in his early 40s. Tomorrow that could be your daughter, your sister. I know you're there watching me at the door, my friend. Open the door. Mate, if I was you, I'd look out the fucking window. There's over 200 of us there, mate. This problem ain't gonna go away. It's in your best bet, let that fucking girl go home. I'm telling you now, because you ain't gonna be able to show your face in public again. I promise you that. Do you understand what that guy is? He's a paedophile. He's a paedophile. There's been 2 other cases which involves him. Excuse me? You don't even know he's talking to other girls.
The grooming gang, it's all over the social media as well. This guy, in the early 40s, he groomed this girl from the age of 14 onwards. Right. Yeah, but she's at 16, he's made her run away from home. Now she's been living here, he's getting all his mates her, right? They're all having and shit, they're bringing her over and she's so loved up with him, she don't want to leave.
There's many people in the whole the community that aren't happy with him, right? If someone else does something to him, we're not responsible. So at least now we're telling him he better not do nothing and he better let go of the girl and he better just end the relationship.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people out there that could do something and I can't say no. I'm not saying we're going to do something. Other people want to come and do something.
And everybody knows about this. Even the neighbours.
I've seen the video.
Yes, even the neighbours are saying, they go, we've seen it. We know what you're talking about. The door's been opened. The girl in there, she looks like she's 12 years old. It's absolutely ridiculous.
The police are turning a blind eye to this. The parents have gone to the police many times and nothing is being done about this. Why is this allowed in 2026 in the UK? This is supposed to be one of the greatest countries in the world. How is this allowed? And you guys, every single one of you that are living here, is allowing this to go ahead under your noses.
We don't agree with grooming, manipulation, abuse. She will not convert. We are Sikhs, and
Respect.
we're standing together. We've come to get our niece, our daughter back. We're getting her back. But now
She's out.
we've got to make sure she doesn't come back.
That's right.
She's out.
Yes. Every
And
time,
we're all
no
stood together.
pedophiles.
We've said to them, I've just spoken to 4 or 5 neighbours in there. It's been going on for 9 years.
9 years.
Young children, not just for this, the first one. It's been going on for 9 years. young girls, young boys going in and out of that flat. He's been raided for drugs. He's been seen with young boys. We can't let this carry on. Not in our community, not in any community. We stand together united. Yeah. Bully! Sonia!
Tell me, folks. I mean, imagine if we had this going on from the 80s, because this grooming gang is not just from the early 2000s. It goes way back. I think it goes even back to the 50s, maybe even to the medieval time. I don't know. It goes it goes worse. Like, I mean, this obsession of old men, with the obsession of them trying to sleep with young boys and young girls. I don't know. That shit is just evil, man. You can see it. You can see it in a Jeffrey Epstein situation. You can see it in the grooming gang. You can see it with Jimmy Savile. You can see it in almost all these guys. They always want to sleep and be entertained by people that they can rule over, people that they are superior over intellectually, financially, and all, everything. I don't know why. But somehow the police that we pay, we got into contract with, like, hey, all right, police officer, I'm gonna pay you this much with it, via tax, so you can go and protect the community. Somehow these police officers are choosing not to do anything. It's been going on for 9 years, 9 freaking years, folks. We digged in on this. You guys wanted it, so we went all out. We dig, and it's been going on for 9 years in that one apartment, by the way. Yeah. Now, one apartment. We're talking about one guy. 9 years. Think of how many other guys, other apartments that are doing exactly the same thing. And imagine the police is able to say the girl is making life choices. Oh, a 12-year-old girl can make life choices now. Oh, she wants to sleep outside her mom's house. She's making life choices. She wants to drink, smoke. Well, she's making life choices. I mean, what the fuck? How? If she's not being groomed, how is she making life choices? It's insane. The next video will shock you. The next video will just... I don't know, folks. I don't know if I should play you this other video. It goes into detail into what these guys do to these girls inside that apartment. Of course, they befriend them. Maybe they get in relationship with them. Like, oh, you're my girlfriend. I'm going to protect you. You know what? I'm going to buy you new shoes. And the girls feel well. The girls are feeling like yeah, he's my superhero. He's getting me new phones. I'm able to wear all these kind of the goose jackets. I'm able to wear no face jacket. And, I look a little bit rich among my peers in school. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep turning up. And then police sees it and be like, oh yeah, she's making life choices. And 9 years goes on. And they go 16 years old. So imagine how long this thing has been going on. You imagine how young she must have gotten to this. Her life destroyed, life ruined. And we're thinking, oh, grooming gang only happened, in the early 2000s. Oh, we gotta look into the grooming gang. No, folks, it's happening right now. It's going on right now as we speak. Nothing changed. The police officer, look at the West Midland police. Look at the Maccabee fans, the way they stopped them from coming to watch the football game with Aston Villa. Because they are terrified of Islamists. And you're thinking that they're going to go and stop the grooming gang? Look at this video I just played to you. The Sikh community had to come out to get the girl out. Because the police were scared, of course, right? They don't want to cause community tension, they say. They do not want to, they are oh God. They are speaking to elderly community leaders. And the elderly community leaders told the police nothing is wrong. So guess what the police did? Turned a blind eye, got him back in the car and drove away. Because apparently nothing was wrong. While young boys and young girls was being, I I don't even want to talk about it. It's just insane, bro. But I'm gonna let this video play. Viewer discretion advised. It goes into detail, and it's not pretty. It's not fucking pretty. It's not good to. It's not, especially for somebody who you have young ones. You have maybe you have loved ones at home that you would kill for if something was to happen to them, and then you watch these sort of videos and you're thinking, man, it's insane. All right, again, viewer discretion advised. I have to warn you here because it's actually so bad. So let's watch this together, shall we? Let's do it.
I truly suspect that they are being taken there so that they can have sex with rich international businessmen. There are little girls that are on all sorts of substances who are being told to do things with the boys there. Some of them work in these homes, and I worked in these homes in Hounslow in particular. You're told our accountability ends at the point of reporting. As long as you've reported the child missing, as long as you called EDT and you've also reported it to the police, that's where your responsibility ends. I didn't feel it was enough to just report a child missing. I'd be in contact with the child. I'd say, where are you? What's going on? I'd pay extra attention. I'd listen in when they're on their phone calls. And I remember sitting on the neighbourhood safety board. I remember mentioning that we're consistently reporting these children missing and we know where they are. It was part of contextual safeguarding. I specifically named the hotels on and the police officer that was there got really defensive and said, these placements are paid so much money that they should be able to handle this better, and it's not just a matter of just reporting and giving it and blaming us as the police. There's a lot of blame. All these.
Yeah, that's what the police do, right? Don't you dare question what we do. We have the power. Don't you dare question or tell me what I ought to do. I know what I'm doing, and what they're doing, turning a blind eye. Don't you dare trying to question me, my intention. And what's the intention? To do nothing. It's insane, folks. But this video goes deeper and deeper. By the way, she's a child. She helps children who are missing, who are, in the situation that we're speaking about. And she works with the police, and the kids call her. The kids are like, hey, this is happening to me. She tells the police, and guess what the police does? Well, she's gonna tell you. And then she's gonna go deeper into what those kids go through. And of course, we're gonna read you some article from Hounslow, from Hounslow Council leader, and what he thinks about grooming gang, and what he tells his people in the area about grooming gang. He basically tells them to shut up. It's insane, folks. It's crazy.
Institutions like to blame each other, and our accountability ends here and our accountability ends there. But ultimately what that does is for the young girls that I know, and I should say boys as well, they are being told by the groomers that essentially no one actually cares what happens to you.
You just mentioned a road where you said the police officer was being defensive. Can you tell me what was going on in those hotels? Can you give me details of the sort of thing that was happening to children in London?
This is organised crime, because what would happen is now across London, there are things that are called trap houses. And young children will be tricked or coerced into going to these trap houses. And in those trap houses, there are little girls that are on all sorts of substances who are being told to do things with the boys there, who are assaulted in these places, and who are used as a tactic to recruit other boys to join the gang, because they're brought to these trap houses and they're recorded doing inappropriate things, which they are then blackmailed into doing. So that's how county lines kind of intersects with child sexual exploitation. But I've always felt that what was happening in Hounslow in those hotels was a bit more sinister, because some hotels would see the bookings being made by an adult, because it has to be made by an adult, and then they were looking the other way, whilst children, young children, we're talking about 15, 14-year-olds.
Younger than that.
Brought into this room.
Younger than that. Not just 15, 14. Younger. Younger than that. Some of them in a uniform, for God's sake. Folks, it gets even deeper. Listen to this, folks. It's crazy. And I know about trap houses. You know, they go there, play music, smoke a little weed. And the girls, are, you know, lose their mind because they're young. They're going to get one joint, one time. Done. They don't know what's going on. And then crazy shit happens to them. Young boys included. I know what trap house is. I'm from Salford, mate. That's what every day, that's what people used to talk about in high school. Trap houses. Are you coming? No, fuck no. I'm going football. Trap houses. Are you coming? No, fuck no. I'm going to church. Listen to this, folks.
Loud music. You can imagine what damage was being done to the property. And the girls I'd work with would say it was parties. It's a motive, is the language that we use. It's where the motive is. That's where everyone's hanging out. We get drunk, we be silly, we have dances. But it turns into more of a...
Bad for
all the children.
By the way, for those people who don't know what an OG is, it's like... God. How do you explain an OG on YouTube, bro? I mean, how can you even explain that? It's when you have multiple people going on. Multiple, in this sense, kids. Engaging. Switching. Moving. One room. Maybe multiple guys. Maybe one guy. Whatever. They're just doing crazy shit. Sexual stuff. That's an OG. Where it's like a group. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what Hamslow Council are saying about this situation and what they tell their people. It's like, if you don't get pissed, I mean, I don't know, maybe the heart is not there in you. It's not there. It's no longer there. You've become so, you know, desensitized to human life. You've been dehumanized. If you don't feel pissed of what these so-called leaders say regarding the grooming gang or regarding this story.
That are being taken there. Some of them think they're doing something good. They think they're earning money. They're being told that they're in love or whatever they have been told, they think they're consenting to it, but they come home feeling violated and dirty. I've heard instances where there was older men that had money that were being brought into this place that were actually coming to these places. And I think the location is sinister for that reason, because the girls would say it wasn't all young people. There are some people that have money that come to these places. Yeah. I truly suspect that they are being taken there so that they can have sex with rich international businessmen.
Folks, it's bad, folks. It's huge. It's very industrial now. You know, just like the Industrial Revolution, that's what it is. Big factories, hotels are opening up. Of course, obviously, now maybe I'm exaggerating, but to that extent, yes. And you know what app they use? You know what app they use? They don't use Facebook. It's easy for you to catch them, right? They don't use Instagram. You know what app they use the most? It's Snapchat. If you have a girl, if your daughter is on Snapchat, please. I mean, you should just talk to her and be like, hey, this app is the most used for this and this and this. It's Snapchat. And I know it from being, you know, I was on Snapchat when I was young. I joined the app. Constantly people are adding, everybody's adding each other. Or scan my my Snapchat ghost. Scan, add. It's crazy, folks. If you go on Snapchat right now, it's so it's so sexualized. Everything's so sexual. And these guys come in like bosses. And when you see these young girls, particularly the girls in, I mean, you could tell. You could tell. Especially when you know where they live. for me, you know, all right, I know you. You're my neighbor. Okay. Your dad is not doing that well, given the car he drives, given the area that we live, given the stuff that, you know, my dad speaks to him. He's not, definitely your family are not doing well. But somehow you're turning up in a Canada Goose jacket, in a new iPhone, and you're always maked up, and you're always looking pretty and stuff. Definitely not your mom buying you that. Cause I see your little sister, she doesn't have all this. Your big brother doesn't have all this, but you do. And if you add 2 and 2 together, you're thinking somebody must be buying this for you. And who's that? Oh, the guy you met on Snapchat. It's crazy, folks. This is big. Nobody wants to address it, but it's big. Even when you go... Quick one. 2 seconds. Maybe I'm getting too passionate here. Just hold on. Look at this. Where's the camera? Right there. Let me just read it. According to police data exposed, UK police data show where online child sex offenses actually occur in Britain. Fourth in the line is, third in the line is Facebook. Facebook, 7%. 7% of all sexual, child sexual exploitations happen in the country. Facebook contributes 7%. Next one is Instagram, 11%. That's the second one. You want to know what the first one is? Snapchat. And it's not 12%. It's not just 1% higher than the second. It's not 20%. It's not 30%. It's not 40%. It's 55%. Exactly. It's huge. It's big. And it's dangerous. The fact that they've not done anything. The fact that the government is trying to block X. And you want to know how much X contribute to sexual, child sexual, thing in the country? 1%. But somehow K-Stan wants to ban X and keep Snapchat. Yeah. That's the government trying to stop sexual exploitation here. Very okay. All right. It's crazy, folks. I mean, this video goes deep and deep and deep. But I think it's important that I bring on the people who meant to, the so-called leaders who meant to protect our young girls. This is what they say, and this is what they do. This is what they say, and this is what they do. This is Hamslow leader, right? This is Hamslow. This is the guy who's in charge of Hamslow. This is a council, right? All right. Okay. This is the guy. And here's what he has to say about this situation. Yep, this is the guy. Okay. So they asked him about grooming gang in his area. They asked him about grooming gang in his area. Okay. He took him, this media outlet, My London, the media outlet, had to email him and his team 13 times. 13 times. Yeah, 13 times for them to get a response. They had to call, they had to visit, they had to do all these things just to get him to respond about grooming gang. And this is what he said, and I quote, "We can't just assume their grooming gangs naturally do exist because someone has said." I mean, it's like somebody telling you, "Hey, Barack, this is a black color." That's literally what it is. We can't just assume it is orange. We can't just assume that just because he looks orange and somebody says it's orange. We can't just assume. We can't just naturally assume this grooming gang because somebody has said so. What do you mean? What do you want to say? No, it's not a grooming gang when multiple people are booking apartments, booking a hotel, and bringing hundreds of girls daily. Somehow, it's not a grooming gang. I guess for you, they are making life choices. Maybe they are. But to me, they're not. They're young kids. But somehow, for him, they're making life choices. So we can't assume all of them are grooming gang, right? And by the way, these guys are getting paid enormous amount of money to be in the place where they are. They get paid so much money. The career is advanced being a council. Probably next election, you're going to see him as an MP. Maybe next few years, he might be in the fucking cabinet. No wonder why we get somebody like Jesse Phillip. Women's minister, safeguarding minister. But somehow she's not safeguarding shit. All right, maybe I'm getting too much here. All right. But here's what he says. That we can't just assume they're a grooming gang naturally because somebody says they exist. God. Then he says, that needs to be investigated and looked at in a careful manner. Oh, God. And you want to know one thing about this guy? Hamzo right now has been, they've been a police investigation in Hamzo Council. Yeah. You want to know what for? Grooming gang. Yeah. There's an investigation going on right now. Actually, no. There's not an investigation. The investigation was going on. It was dropped last year. You want to know why? I don't know. I can't even tell you why, to be fair, because they didn't say why. But there was an investigation going on. It was going on for 3 years. But it was just dropped last year, 2025. But for him, yeah, we can't just assume it's grooming gang. No, we can't. We can just look at it and just see adults making life choices, I guess. It's insane, folks. It's crazy. All right. This story just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Of course, Sadiq Khan is not a big fan of fixing stuff like this. He's not really a big fan in fixing stuff like this. Here's what Sadiq Khan does when he's asked about grooming gang. He's asked about grooming gang. You want to know when he was asked about grooming gang? He was asked about grooming gang in 2020. And they asked him about grooming gang. You want to know what he said, what he did? I mean, if this thing doesn't piss you off, folks, I don't know what will. I'm not sure. I don't know what. I should just turn off the thing and go, and go sleep. If this thing don't like do something, try to get you engaged so you can see change in a country, I don't know what will. I honestly don't know. But Sadiq Khan, he was asked about grooming gang. And he changed the question. He says, are you asking me about grooming gang because I'm Muslim? I mean, the length that he's willing to go to dodge this question is just he's just getting creative and creative. He's just getting creative with it to dodge this question or to dodge this situation. Every time he's asked about grooming gang, he's like, are you asking me because I'm Muslim? I mean, what does that have to do with it? If he has to do something with it, tell us now. Is that why you're not trying to fix it? But listen to this, folks.
Other cities and towns around the country, but there hasn't been much of many prosecutions happened in London. But, obviously, as the police commissioner for Northumberland said, this is happening anywhere. And the only reason why it's not being found is that people aren't looking. Are you looking in London for grooming gangs in London in order to prosecute people? Because if it's going on in cities like Oxford and Bristol and Peterborough and Aylesbury, smaller places, it's surely going on in London as well on a large scale.
Can I just be clear, Chair? Is the inference that because of my faith or my ethnic origin, I'm not seeking to follow these crimes?
Did you hear that? It's insane. This guy is just, he's absolutely a C word, bro. This guy is literally, he's a professional gaslighter, I have to say. Super. He's really good at gaslighting people. It's insane. But let's keep this playing.
No, I'm asking you because you're the Police and Crime Commissioner.
Assembly Member Curtin, I think you're pretty much drifting now onto drifting off the subject itself. So can I just ask you to stick to the topic and ask a relevant question, please.
Well, Chair. I mean, I was originally asking about Black Lives Matter, and then the mayor started talking about slavery, and the questioning has developed.
Yeah, but you're still going off the tangent now. So can you please be cautious about that and not ask?
Okay. Well, Chair, if you want to disallow my question, that's your prerogative.
Well, I will use that then. Thank you very much. I'm going to move on now to the questions to the mayor on the priority order.
And just like that, they move on. Just like that, they move on. And you wonder to know why nothing gets fixed. You want to know why nothing gets done. Because when you ask them, they flip the question, they gaslight you, and they move on. Because they don't have these meetings every single Friday or every single Monday. Oh, let's have a meeting every day so we can question you. No, they have these meetings maybe once a month or twice, or maybe a couple times a year. And each time they have these meetings, it's never productive. Never really brings anything tangible to the country. But they're always ready to move on. Always ready to move on. Always freaking ready to move on. Are you asking me the question because of my faith? Next question, please. What? That's why this won't be fixed, folks. It's insane. It's happening everywhere, and it's important that we start talking about it more and more and more. We need to put fire in these guys' feet. We need to put fire on them. Not literally, but politically, we need to get these guys. They need to fear us a little bit, in a sense where we're gonna vote again and we're gonna vote them out. And we can't keep giving these guys so much power to the point where they feel like we can't question them, where they feel like nothing will be taken away from them. Because by the way, Sadiq Khan is in a powerful situation right now. He could become the next prime minister. That's how powerful this guy is. He's not just a tiny little guy who's dodging question. No, he's a guy who can literally, be in power of the whole thing. And somehow, he's able to play games around us. He's able to spin us. It's like putting us in a circle and he's like spinning us. Year after year, year after year. And it's been a decade of him being, a leader of London. And nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. Nobody's even talking about grooming gang anymore. It's crazy. Somebody needs to take his job for sure. Somebody needs to take his job. It gets worse, folks. It gets worse. If you're just tuning in right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's a lot of stuff I want to go through. There is a lot of stuff. But we're going to get into this story later on. I think we're gonna follow up this story, especially Hamslow. It's big, folks. It is deep. Hamslow grooming gang is deep. Nobody's talking about it. Even the mayor, even the councillor themselves, they're not talking about it. And every time when they do, they're saying, hey, you're inciting violence. Hey, we shouldn't just assume that it's here. Because they know it's deep. They've been investigated. And I don't trust the police to investigate anything. Because every time they do, they can't investigate themselves. So, yeah. All right, so. I mean, here's the problem as well. Here's the thing I want to highlight here. It's important I highlight this as well. Although I like the Sikh community, I really do love the Sikh community. They're good people. I love, I've not had a lot of engagement with them, but just seeing them online and see how they engage with others online. I've had one engagement with one guy who was working at Tim Hortons, I remember. And I like to go to Tim Hortons. When I was living at when I was at my mom's house, every morning I used to go to Tim Hortons, run my business there. That was like my little office, basically. And there was one guy, very good Sikh guy, and he used to work there in the mornings. Sorry, he used to work there at night. He used to start at 8 to like midnight. And phenomenal guy. Every time we used to talk, really cool guy. We just became so close, friendly. It was just, as soon as I got there, he knew what I wanted. He knew what I needed. And he was just catering to me very well. But as soon as somebody turned into a politician, they lose it. Same thing with the blacks. As soon as a black person gets into power, into a political position, they lose the kindness, they lose the great, type of thing. They just become professional agitator, professional manipulator, professional gaslighters. They lose it. Same thing with the whites. Oh, they're nice people. Oh, so much egalitarian type of mindset. As soon as they get in power, they become cunts. They do. And this is the Sikh community in Hamslow right now. And they did fuck all. This is the Labour Sikh community. All of these guys are MPs and councils. You want to know what they did? Nothing. A young girl was being in that place, groomed. I mean, all the words you want to put through. All the evil stuff that happened to her. And these guys did nothing. These are MPs. These are Sikh MPs, councillors in Hamslow, in London. And they did nothing. So yeah, the Sikh community is really good, but until, every community is good. Well, not some. Some communities are like, but a lot of communities are really good. But as soon as they get in power, that's it. They lose it. They lose it. They put on a different hat. And that hat comes on with so much. They just stab each other. They just stab their constituents in the back. Politically, they don't represent them anymore. This is the Sikh community, folks. Did you see any statement from them? Any protest? Any call for ending the grooming gang? No. It's crazy, folks. It's crazy. You would expect the Sikh community in the Sikh MPs to be more vocal, right? Nah. Because the politicians, they lose their heart. Like, they leave it at home. They leave it in the street. Same thing with the black, same thing with the white, same thing with the Muslim, same thing with almost everyone. Almost everyone. All right, folks, let's get a tea break. Tea break, all right? I've been talking for 45 minutes. Let's get some tea break, okay? So let's do that, all right?
You are listening to The Baraka Show.
Oh, damn. It's done. It's finished. We got like 7 stories to go. God. We need to hire somebody to just bring coffee, tea. We really do. It's done, man. Like, it's fucking done. All right, folks. Let's talk about something more serious. Of course, we're talking about serious stuff. We just spoke about something that needs to be fixed right now, which is the grooming gang. And let's talk about this over serious thing that just happened. Oh, God. This is crazy, folks. It's insane, folks. Today's stories are all just we're going from top priority, like top priority, which we just covered, the grooming gang. Now we're going to talk about the police. I mean, it's crazy, folks. I don't know. I'm not even sure what's going on with the Met Police. We need reform. Not the party, but we need maybe we might do, maybe we might, that's another argument we can make. But we need a total reform. We need to clean the swamp. We need to clean the whole house in the police department. We need to clean everything. Done. We got to fire everybody. Everyone needs to go. They need to go pick up we need to do like the Elon Musk stuff. We need to go with a sink and clean it up. Clean up the department. Fire 50%, 90% actually. Fire them all. Send them home. Send the P45. Send them home. Done. You can go apply it to Starbucks. You can go work at McDonald's hiring. Good enough. This is the Met Police. They are not actually not good enough. Folks, we give them so much money every year. They're always talking about money. They're always talking about, hey, we need more money. We want new cars. We want to invest into this. We want our officers to be safe. Give us this. Give us new van. Give us this, face recognition technology on the van. Give us this. And we give them so much stuff, so much. We just give them shit. We give them so much money. Hoping that they're going to get the job done. Last year, we gave them just under £1 billion. The West Midlands Police got just under £1 billion. £700 million they got. But somehow, they needed AI. Yes, something that costs nothing. Apart from maybe a little subscription, £20. Okay. They needed AI to ban Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from attending the football game, the infamous football game that took part in Birmingham. It's crazy, folks. This is where we are today. They used AI, and the AI lied to them, and they made a decision based on Google search. I mean, where's the money going? Who's taking the money? What happened to the investigation? What happened to all the team and all the tools we've been giving you so that you can make the right decision? But somehow you had to use AI, a Google search. Where's the money going? Did the people not work? Guildford, whatever your name is. Craig Guildford. I mean, it's crazy, folks. Listen to this, man. Just listen to this. The fact that this guy has not come out and said that he's going to resign is like he's taking a piss out of everybody. It's like, I think this guy is actually taking a piss out of everybody. The fact that he's not resigned is like, he's telling us, no, I'm not going nowhere. And he needs to go. He honestly needs to go. So let me play this. He was asked if he used AI to make his, if he used the Google search to make his decision in banning Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from going to watch the football game. He was asked that question. And he denied. And then obviously we're going to get to then later on he admitted that he did use AI and he made a wrong decision. It's crazy, folks. Even though he got less than just under £1 billion budget for him to basically hire anyone, investigate stuff, do stuff, but somehow he needed AI and to make a wrong decision. It's crazy. They're taking a piss. They are.
That was our assumption.
You still hold the line that no AI tools were used in the preparation?
Yeah, I've just got a note about that as well, because in your letter you asked as well around the some of the background of the information and the intelligence which we've provided, and there was a definite note that we've got to the bottom of in terms of the West Ham game, and I think the accusation, well, not the accusation, the summation, I think in the House, it was a question that was asked in the House, was that, you've used AI, or West Midlands may have used AI on this particular occasion. We don't do that. We don't use the AI. The West Ham side of things and how we gain that information was one of the officers in producing the report. Usually they would go to, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Mark, they would go to a system which has sort of reports, intelligence reports that all the football officers use over the country of previous games. They didn't find any relevant information within the searches that they made for that, and then they basically Googled, when was the last time, and that's how the information came to be. So
Google AI.
Wow.
I don't AI function on Google, is it?
I'm told, I'm being really candid here, I'm told that they just did a Google search on that because they couldn't find it in the normal system. And as it transpires, as I've said and made really clear, that game that information
is laughing.
Was wrong. And I've apologized.
We know that. We've gone through that. But why was your officer Googling?
We haven't routinely used AI.
Why was your officer Googling to find information? If he looked in the usual place, there wasn't any. Why didn't he stop at that point? Why did he start Googling to try and find something?
Because when you do one of these assessments,
I think these guys are taking the piss out of everybody. They're insulting our intelligence. They are. They're actually saying everybody's stupid. Nobody will find out. This is what they're doing. Imagine you are about to disrupt a game. You're about to stop fans. You're about to get political in this thing to stop the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from coming to watch their game, their beloved players to play the game. Which is unfair, by the way. Have you seen how quiet the pitch was for the other side? Nobody's cheering for you as a footballer. I used to play football. Every time when I played for the semi-pro team, every time when I used to play, when there's fans there recording, you turn up. You do. You actually do. You start doing random step overs. You start doing some Robinho stuff. That's what you do. But the Maccabi Tel Aviv was robbed. That opportunity was taken away. And given how much money the West Midlands have, given how much money we gave them, 2024 to 2025, the budget that they got was £700 million. £700 million were given to them. Just that 1 year was spent. And somehow, they had the same technology as you and I. Google. I mean, so maybe they believe the first link. The first thing that came up, they was like, yep, that's correct. I mean, God, these guys are taking the piss. Where's the money then? They did not hire anyone. They didn't have a team behind them. All the vans that we give them, all the AI technology powered stuff, facial recognition technology, all the stuff that they have, hundreds of police officers, hundreds of people on the desk. Somehow, they couldn't get those guys to dig and find the information super factual. No. But somehow, so they needed to search up. So the guy went on Google, Safari, he clicked on Google, he went there, new tab. He was like, what did he search? Like, is it okay to ban Maccabi Tel Aviv? And the AI thing said, yes! So he's like, yeah, yes. Block them. They're not coming. And you want to know what's crazy? This is the crazy information about this. Before they made this information, before they made this, this decision, they went to talk to community leaders. Community leaders, have you heard of those guys? Community leaders, who that may be. Could somebody write down in the chat who could be a community leader in Birmingham? This Greg Ford needs to be fired. He needs to go. Shabana Mahmood needs to go into his office, drag him out, give him his box, tell him to go home. That's the only thing that we can do right now. So yeah, correct. They went to a community leaders. The community leaders was an imam. Yeah, I know. They love the imam. God. They went to a mosque. And they asked the mosque, the imam, the community leader, hey, community leader, what do you think? How biased is this? How the favoritism in this is insane. I mean, yeah, guys, West Midlands police is they've lost it. They went to Sheikh Abdul, Sheikh whatever, you know, Sheikh or something, Mohammed something, or whatever name it could be, right? And they went to speak to those guys. And they went to, they were consulted by an imam who told them, yeah, this decision is the right one. And what decision is that? Well, of course, banning them from coming to watch their game. And today, we're finding out that it was not factual information. By the way, I did my research. I knew these guys, it was the wrong information to make. I knew. I mean, if you go and watch the video that we posted at that time, you know, I told you guys this was a lie. Because what do you mean? I mean, you don't have to do Google search. You just have to research. You just have to be alive. I mean, if you were alive the last 3 years, you would know that decision was wrong. You would know about the Maccabi Tel Aviv fan, the last game that they had in Amsterdam. You would know about that. You would know, and you would know the decision that they made was wrong. You didn't have to Google it. You could tell the decision was coming from a biased point. You could tell the decision was very, they were trying to favor the Islamists. And they did. And now we're figuring out that they knew what they were doing and they made the decision either way. So yeah, I did. I interviewed a guy. The MP. What's his name? Ayub Khan. I interviewed Ayub Khan, the MP who was the first one to campaign to ban this game. I interviewed him. I knew it was a lie. Because he started talking about racism, slavery, and all these things. Yeah, so, professional gaslighters, right? Professional manipulators. So I knew, yeah, this was a lie. And I spoke to, I interviewed, what's his name? I interviewed all of them. All the people who were campaigning. Oh, God. What's his name? God, what's his name? The guy who was campaigning so much. He was doing so many videos about it. Oh, how did I forget his name? Let me go through the chat. I think his name is important because obviously he made a lot of... he contributed a lot to this band, for sure. So if we go... So I interviewed Shakil Afsa. I interviewed him. The video is out now. Obviously, you can watch that. I also interviewed the other guy. His friend. Oh, God. Where is this gone? Did he block me, bro? Why is his name not here? No way. No, I don't think you blocked me. No, I don't think you blocked me. I'm a nice guy. Aren't I? Yeah, I think I am. What's his freaking name, man? Oh yeah, Ahmed Yaqub. Yeah, he was a front runner for this. He was the one making the noise. Ahmed Yaqub, Shakil Afsa, Ayub Khan, all these guys, they were the front runners. And I'm sure those are the ones who maybe spoke to the police. And then the police said, yeah, great decision. We're going to ban them from coming. I mean, and now we figured out that, they made a wrong decision. Of course they made a wrong decision. There's nothing else about it. We all knew they made a wrong decision long before they were about to announce it. It's crazy. So he put a... So now, you just watched that video there when he denied about using AI. He denied about using AI. And then, of course, now he's put an apology message there. He posted an apology message. And here's what this guy said. This is him apologizing to the nation about his decision. I don't know why he's still apologizing. I don't know why he's still logged into this email. He should have been logged out a long time from the police email, the police database. Should just sign him out. Somehow we have to wait for it. So he made this thing, he's writing. So I'm just going to read the in the thing. In preparation for the false response to the, inquiry into this mall, on Friday afternoon, I became aware of the erroneous result concerning the West Ham was it West? I thought it was West. Was Ashton Villa? No, was it no Ashton Villa? It was Ashton Villa, right? West Ham. Okay, let's just read it. West Ham v Maccabi Tel Aviv match arose the decision of the arose. It's like this guy didn't know. He didn't know what his team was doing. Let's read this. Arose as a result of a use of Microsoft Copilot. Both ACC Orara and I had up till Friday afternoon. Is he trying to tell us he didn't have enough time to realize this shit was AI? So, of course, now he has obviously apologized, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. But, all right, Greg Guilford, you need to go. You need to go, mate. You need to... Shabana Mahmood needs to go to your office. She needs to go there. She needs to go there, or she needs to come out publicly and fire you. That's the only thing that Shabana Mahmood can do right now. She needs to say on her Twitter account or whatever, she needs to make a statement and say, Guilford, Greg Guilford, you're fired. You need to go. It's time for you to go home. That's the only thing that this, Shabana Mahmood can do right now. And guess what? She has come out and said she has lost confidence in him. She has. She's lost confidence in Greg. And here's the video I want you to watch of her. I want you to watch this. And I want to tell you what Greg Guilford is planning on doing. Yeah, very, Greg is a rebel, he's a naughty guy. So now, Shabana Mahmood has obviously come out and she said she has no confidence in him. Typically, when you say that, usually somebody, usually a walk of shame at least, right? Usually the guy who you have no confidence of will probably resign or maybe will be replaced by somebody. But let's listen to this, and then I'm gonna tell you what Greg Guilford is planning on doing.
The ultimate responsibility for the force's failure to discharge its duties on a matter of such national importance rests with the Chief Constable. And it is for that reason that I must declare today that the Chief Constable of West Midlands Police no longer has my confidence. It has been, as I understand it, over 20 years since a Home Secretary last made such a statement. But on the evidence provided by Sir Andy Cook, the Chief Inspector of Policing, that is now the case. Until 2011, the Home Secretary had the authority to dismiss a Chief Constable, a power that was removed by the last Conservative government. Today, it is only Police and Crime Commissioners who hold this power, and so the Chief Constable's future rests with the local Police and Crime Commissioner and not with me. But I am sure that Simon Foster will now follow all due process as he considers that question for himself. I do, however, believe this illustrates that Home Secretaries should, in future, have this power restored to them.
That's right.
When a Chief Constable is responsible for a damaging failure of leadership, the public rightly expect the Home Secretary to act, and I intend to restore their ability to do so. I can announce today that this government will soon reintroduce the Home Secretary's power to dismiss Chief Constables in light of significant or persistent failings, and that this will be part of the government's upcoming white paper on wider police reform, with legislation to follow.
Yeah. So, of course, she said she has no confidence in him. She has no confidence in him. Usually people, when you have nobody's showing confidence in you, what you do, you walk, you put your head down, walk of shame, and you're like, oh God, they have no confidence in me. Fuck. God, what do I do? All right, fuck it. I'm going to write the letter. I'm resigning. You know, maybe you got a little tissue. You're like, oh, I'm going to miss everybody. God, I'm going to miss everybody. And you resign. Right? But no, Greg Gilfield is not resigning. This guy doesn't care. He says he's not leaving. Yeah, he's standing on his business. He's not leaving. He's like, no, I'm not leaving. F no. I'm not leaving, he says. It's crazy, folks. Like, you could tell, you know, he was smiling here. Look at this video. This guy.
The line that no AI tools were used.
This guy lied.
Yeah, I've just got a note about.
Let's pause it here. This guy lied, and today he's saying he's not leaving. He said, no, I'm not going. Doesn't matter if you have no confidence in me, I'm not going. I mean, I think these politicians or these public services workers, they're getting so cheeky now. They're actually getting so cheeky now. It's beyond us. It's beyond me. They got to the point where they think nobody can topple them. They got to the point where we can't do the Maduro stuff on them. Regime change. Capture them. Done. One day they're going to come in on Monday. The office will be emptied. His paper, pen, everything will be at home. He's going to walk in. The door name will be changed. His key won't work. His fob won't work. That's what we should do. There will be no car park space for him. He has to turn back. There's nowhere to stop. Turn back. Go back home. So, that's what we need. We need to do the Maduro stuff on him. Capture him and be like, hey bro, thank you so much for your service, but not longer. We don't need you anymore. We no longer need your service, alright? The fact that this guy is able to say to the country, no, I'm staying. No matter what confidence you guys are not showing towards me, I'm staying. It's just the cheeks. This is what Kistamo does. People are saying, hey Kistamo, bro, you're messing up. We don't want you anymore. And he's like, no, I'm staying. Oh, Kistamo, you're making wrong decision here. He's like, no, I'm staying. This is the power and the confidence that these guys have gained. They feel like they have the power to stand. They feel like they don't need us anymore. Our words mean nothing. It's like they can just stay there and feel like they rightfully deserve to be there. No, folks, you gotta go. You messed up. You made a silly decision. You have to go. I think this guy is jealous. The fact that his team won't go with him. I think the whole team should go. Let's make it fair. Everybody else who worked with him has to go. They had the power to influence his decision, but they didn't. They have to go. Not just him. It's Harari guy, the other guy that he mentioned. Is the whole table. All of these guys with tiny little middle. They have to go. All of them. We need a new reform. We need to do that in London as well. Sadiq Khan as well. You need to start packing, mate. We're coming. We're draining the swarm. We're cleaning it up. We're going to clean it up. We're going to go with a sink. Just like Elon Musk. We're going to go with a sink and clean it up. Everybody's going. New faces. New bodies. New attitude. New ethical morals and, way to work. New work ethic. New way of governing. And we're going to put the people first. That's what we should do. All these guys should be gone. We should go to Manchester as well. Andy Burnham, yeah, you need to start packing as well. We're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up. We go up as well. Newcastle, we're going to clean it up. Yeah, we're going to get to Glasgow as well. We're going to clean it up. Maybe we can go to Northern Ireland. We're going to clean it up. We can go all the way down. All the way down. We go to Wales. We clean it up. Everybody. That's what we need to do. It's been going for too long now where these politicians think they can be toppled. They think they can be changed. Some of these politicians have been there for years. Look at Diana Abbott. Diana Abbott has been in power before I was born. That's how much these guys are. She's been in power since Tony Blair time, before I was born. And today she's still trying to run and stay in power. It's crazy. It's crazy, folks. These guys are like, I'm not going nowhere. They don't want to go. They don't want to give people like us a chance to go and clean it up. So we're going to do a regime change. Peacefully, politically, we're going to change it up. We need to. Because people like this, they have no interest in putting the people first. They honestly don't. Okay, guys. Okay, folks. Let's see what else we have to cover here. We got so many stories, you see. And the fact that it's taking me so long to cover one story. I mean, yeah, it's taking so long. But still. Still, all right, cool. So let's cover how long have we been live? We meant to be doing live for 2 hours. How long are we doing? It's been 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm sure we can squeeze some other videos in, other stories in. Okay. How about digital ID? A lot of you guys are celebrating this, but there's a message here. There's a coded message here from Keir Starmer in letting this digital ID go. I think it's important we talk about this. A lot of you guys are celebrating. A lot of you guys are thinking, hey, digital ID, yeah, it's gone now. You know, it's gone now. Whew. No longer, we don't need to protest anymore. Actually, folks, it's not gone. It's actually here. I would say it's going to get worse. The fact that now digital ID is not in the limelight anymore. It has been taken away from the limelight. It's been taken away. Now it's in the shadow. Somebody's standing behind it. Now it's been operated in the back. Just like, the Labour, Islamophobia definition. It was in the limelight. We all criticized it and they said, oh, we're not going to do it anymore. But guess what? They have leaked a definition. Imagine they said they're not going to do it anymore, but somehow they got a fucking draft of a leaked. It was leaked. And so it's crazy. The fact that so many people think, oh, Islamophobia definition, they're not doing it anymore. No, they have drafted. They got a draft already. Same thing with this digital ID stuff. Everybody now is thinking, oh yeah, we've won. We got it. We fixed it. Did we? Or now it's just been taken away so we can forget and move on. So the pressure can be eased. The pressure can be gone. No more protesting. No more saying no to digital ID. No more demonstration. So it's like, all right, we can live our life. Then boom, one day we log in and we're thinking, hey, why do I need to show my face? Because nothing changed. Nothing changed. All right. So let's talk about this digital ID, right? There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. So article here. Keir Starmer abandons plan for compulsory digital ID. Keir Starmer's abandoned plan for compulsory digital ID for workers admit concern that it will undermine public trust in the scheme. The Prime Minister has previously announced that digital ID would be compulsory to verify somebody's right to work, and today it has been, of course, banned. They have abandoned it. Okay, cool. That's good news, right? Good news. Of course, the first reaction is to feel at ease. The first reaction is to feel like you've won. The first reaction is to celebrate. And of course, a lot of people are celebrating. His good friend of the show, he's not appeared yet, but we're going to try to get him. Here's Rupert Lowe celebrating this success.
Good news. Keir Starmer has just announced he's abandoned plans to implement compulsory digital ID. I think this is hugely good news for all of us. It shows what can be achieved when sensible MPs get together and with public support make their views known. Nearly 50 MPs signed my open letter to Keir Starmer on this subject, to which we were implacably opposed. And I think we can say this is a victory for common sense. It's a victory for all of us. And we can safely say now that we retain our freedom. Another slice of it has not passed to an oppressive nanny state. We've got 3 more years to go, and we must collectively use this as the template to fight the nonsense that's being peddled and promulgated in this country now. So well done, everybody. Have a large drink to celebrate this evening.
Yeah, for sure. I think, of course, we should celebrate. It's good that we've got this thing back. We have successfully managed to stay this, and you know, this huge ship that was going to hit the ice. This Titanic, we've successfully dodged the ice. But hey, folks, there's another one in front. Don't relax yet. Before you start going and drink too much, we still need your energy. We still need you locked in because there's more. There's a lot more things going on in the background. It's not like, hey, we successfully, destroyed this guy. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Because if you read the stuff, it says that this thing is been abandoned for compulsory workers. So for you to work in the UK, it's been abandoned. Okay. All right. But it's going to be going through the other way, meaning companies will have to adopt it. Meaning, before you do something, or maybe before you buy this, you have to show your face. Before you do this, you have to scan your face. You have to do something. Maybe the airports might start adopting. Maybe, Heathrow Airports might say, all right, we're going to take digital ID to make it easier for everybody, to travel, so we can stop the waiting. We can stop the manual checking of passports. You can just scan your face and then your bag will be taken. You can just clock in, check in, and your stuff will be taken and you'll be waiting. Maybe it'll be easier. We can remove the person who checks your passport before sending you to your aisle. You can just scan your face and they'll tell you what door to go through. Or maybe some apps like Facebook might come out and be like, hey, we're going to adopt this digital ID so we can make it easier for kids. Just like the Online Safety Act, right? It's just like the Online Safety Act, we thought we won when they removed one thing away from it. But we still went through. So they removed the mandatory work. So now you can work. All right, you can work. You don't have to show your ID to your employers. Although you always have to anyway before, because if they need to sign you up to the payee, so you can pay your taxes and stuff, or they can pay your tax for you. I mean, you have to sign up. You need your ID, your proof of work, national insurance. That's obviously a form of ID, right? That's a form of digital ID. It's still there. That power will just be sent somewhere else. It's going to stay, folks. So yeah, it's good for us to celebrate. We should. Drink a little bit. But just make sure it's not over yet. They can always pull anything. Think of all the stuff that they've done that was not in the manifestos. In the manifesto, think of all the stuff that they've implemented that was not there at the start. All the taxes that they've raised, all the stuff that they've done. But somehow, this one, they're trying to get back to the people, because Keir Starmer's approval rating is dropping so high. As a politician, it makes sense for him to give a little win. You want to know what happened to his approval rating? Goes a little bit up, maybe 0.5%. That's a win. Maybe it goes up, maybe 3% might go up. Or maybe people won't, will stop making it go down, further down. That's a win for him. That buys maybe a year in power. That literally buys him a couple months in power. Maybe he's going to bring up something crazy again, and then he's going to remove it. Then he's going to buy himself maybe a couple months. Because he knows it's time. I don't know. Maybe September we might have an election. He knows. There's been call for a general election for so long now. They've been calls for general election. So he knows he had to remove one thing. So then people can stop calling out. So people can make it easy for him. Now he's bought himself time. All right. He's going to mess up again and he's going to probably maybe launch another raid. And maybe change the mansion tax. Maybe change the tax on farmers. And then he's going to get himself a couple months. maybe change inherit tax. Then he's going to get himself in a couple months. That's what the Tories did. That's literally what the Tories did for 10 years. How do you think they remain in power? Boris Johnson always had a plan, right? They always had to pull something new to save themselves. Like, oh, we're going to do this. And people are like, okay, give them a couple months. Oh, I can just relax a little bit. You know, maybe there's something new. But actually, it's always the same. Boris Johnson's like, hey, you know, we're gonna stop the immigration. And people are like, and then the Boris waves. It's like, what do you mean? And then COVID happens, stuff going on, changing after changing, new stuff after new stuff. It's insane. It's insane. So before we celebrate, we have to see that these politicians are playing game. They are not doing it because they think it's bad. They are doing it because they need to buy themselves a couple time, because the wall is closing on. The wall is closing on them completely. The wall has closed up on Keir Starmer. It's closing up, and he needs to buy himself a couple minutes, couple months. So he's changed it. It makes sense for a politician. It does. So the fight is not over yet. But here's Tom Montgomery. He's really vocal on digital ID and, of course, the crazy censorship that goes on in this country. Like justice. Really young guy. Very phenomenal in the work that he does. So, yeah, this guy is really cool at what he does. So here's him and his take on this digital ID stuff. So let's see what this guy has to say.
Completely out of the woods when it comes to digital ID. We still have the Gov UK wallet, the push for quarterly taxation, so the government, HMRC, can see into our bank accounts and will automatically deduct tax, quarterly. We also have the digital veteran card, which you don't have to have, but again is a form of digital identification. The digital driving license, the Gov UK wallet. There are all sorts of issues still to tackle. We are not completely out of the woods. However, this reversal when it comes to mandating digital ID, compulsory digital ID, is an amazing step in the right direction. So well done, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have all that. All the stuff. You know, maybe online safety apps, we still have it. I mean, it's insane, folks. And it's important we keep fire on this. It's important that we don't just let this go. It's important that we don't just stop fighting. Because we need to keep fighting. We need to stop them from trying to impose these ways of living, these phonetic ways of living in our lives, and be like, hey, you need to do this. No, how about no? How about you do what you promised us that you were going to do before you got the power? How about you do that? How about we start holding these politicians to account? Because now they feel like they have ultimate power to just do whatever they please, to do whatever they want. And that is dangerous, folks. That is freaking dangerous. But yeah, that's digital ID there. That's what I think. And that's the news for it. All right, cool. So what other stuff do you want to do? So we got 20 minutes before the show ends. So we got 20 minutes before the show end. So I think we can do Sadiq Khan. Knife crime has gone up. It's worse than what it was last year. It's worse than it was in 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020 was high, but it's bad. It's gone up. We can talk about that. Sexual offenses has gone up. It's insane. That thing just cute. Sexual offenses have just been going up since, bro. I don't know how. This thing used to be 8,000 a year, but now we are getting to 25 to 30,000 a year sexual offenses. And by the way, that is just in London, so it's insane. Shoplifting, of course, Yeah, shoplifting. The only time shoplifting was low was during COVID because people were at home, the shops were closed. You couldn't go and steal. But ever since COVID ended, 2021, 2022, just went up. Went up again. Just went up, shoot up. Just skyrocketed. All right. So let's just cover let's just cover this. Let's just cover this real quick. Sadiq Khan real quick. Let's just cover this. Since we have 20 minutes, we can divide the 20 minutes to 5 minutes each story that we have. We got 3 stories. Let's just divide 5 minutes into all. So we can actually let's just go. Let's just carry on, all right? Let's do 3 hours if we can, 4 hours broadcast. It's okay. It's just that we got a good guest coming on very soon. So that's why we're gonna have to go back off and come back on. All right, so this is Sadiq Khan. This is him telling you that there's a lot of people who are lying about knife crime, about sexual assaulting, about, theft in London. So Sadiq Khan is trying to set the record straight. He's trying to say, this is what's going on. There's a lot of misinformation, and this is the record. I want to set it straight. And his Sadiq Khan is important that we listen to this man, as obviously he's been very detrimental to our beloved city. Let's play this.
I've got a problem with London. What is their problem with London? In my view, we are a city that is liberal, that is progressive, that is diverse, that is successful. They hate that. Well, as far as I'm concerned, one homicide is one death too many. One victim of violent crime is one too many. But even our harshest critics will have to accept the progress we've made is quite remarkable. The lowest number of murders in London ever on a per capita basis since records began. The fewest number of under-25s killed this century. The fewest number of teenagers killed in 3 decades. And we've had a sustained focus on a public health approach.
What would you say to people, both domestically but almost perhaps more strikingly abroad, that frame the situation as very different from that?
Well, we've seen politicians and commentators spam social media feeds with a stream of distortion and untruths. Every US state has a higher homicide rate than London. And I think those that spread lies and misinformation have got a problem with London. What is their problem with London? In my view, we are a city that is liberal, that is progressive, that is diverse, that is successful. They hate that.
Are you disappointed by the scale of, again, it's not really petty crime, I don't mean to use that phrase because it's worse than that, but people having their smartphones stolen, people not paying fares on buses, on the tube. That has risen a lot and is still work to be done?
Listen, all crime should be taken seriously. What we've seen is because most of our funding historically came from central government, the consequences of 14 years worth of cuts. So we're taking action to reduce personal robbery. We've seen a 25% reduction in thefts, by the way, over the last period. We're also trying to implore the phone companies to do much more. Why can't there be a kill switch so a phone stolen is useless? Why can't we deny access to the cloud of a stolen fraud? So we're taking tough action to bear down on this, but also lobbying the phone companies to do more as well.
You can't blame the Tories for 14 years of underspend in one area where statistics aren't improving and then pat yourself on the back for where they are improving.
Let me explain why I can point the finger at the Conservatives. So we've lost a third of our core grant from central government, a third.
There he is,
So
asking for money again.
Is more than was previously the case. Previously, the Mayor would fund the Met Police Service around 19%. The rest came from central government. I'm now funding them 25%. I've more than doubled the investment in the Met Police Service because we're trying to fill this massive hole left by the previous government. The good news, the new government in the first year gave us more funding in 1 year in terms of the uplift than the previous government did in the last 8 years. But we need more support from central government, and more support from central government will make a difference in terms of our ability to fight more crime.
Oh, God. The way this guy smiles after lying, bro. So the reason why people are spreading misinformation is because London is more liberal. Because London has the best diversity, multiculturalism, all the good stuff that you mentioned. That's the reason why people are saying London is dangerous. I mean, this guy is a professional gaslighter, folks. Professional manipulator. Very. He's an actor, I have to say. It's crazy, folks. The fact that he's able to look at us with a smile and say the reason why people are scared of London is because of diversity, multiculturalism, and all the good stuff of people mixing and blah, blah, blah. All right, can we just look at the numbers, please, in London? Apart from the number that he's obviously gassing up about, which is less, fewer kids are being killed in London. All right, I'm going to give you that. Less people are being killed in London than any other city in Europe. I'll give you that, all right? I'll give you that. That's good. How about this one? How about the kids? How about this one, knife crime? Because that is going up. It's not, they don't have to die for us to care about it. People are still being stabbed. Look at the number. It's higher than ever before. Maybe a little bit of, it didn't, it's coming down a little bit, but still, it's higher than ever before. It's higher than 2014 before you took office. As soon as you took office in 2016, it's like taking off. It's like going up. 2018, massive. 19, 20, massive. 21, 22, 23, went down 21. Maybe that's because of COVID. Everybody was at home. We were sleeping. We were quarantined. We were taking a break. We were doing social distancing. So people couldn't stab each other in London, I guess. There was no, too much distance, I guess. But anyways, we got close to each other again and boom, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, the thing is up. It looks like it's going to keep going up. But this guy wants to tell us that the reason why people feel like London is dangerous is because of the misinformation, and it's because of London is more liberal and diversity and multicultural and all the stuff that he says. How about this? How about this one? Sexual assault, sexual offenses. Look at that graph, folks. That thing is going up. It is just shooting up. Now it's about almost 30,000 people, mostly girls, being sexually assaulted in London. It's just shooting up. But hey, don't you dare saying you're scared to go outside in London. You could be anti-diversity. You could be anti-multiculturalism. Don't you know diversity is our strength? Don't you dare. Well, hey, if you spread this information around of sexual offenses, that is misinformation. Sadiq Khan he's a good manipulator, folks. So sexual offenses is just shooting up. It's going up. How about this one? Shoplifting. Hey, if you have a corner shop, yeah. That graph is scary, folks. I mean, especially Greg's. I feel bad for Greg's. Anyone who wants to get into business and the first thing they want to, they want to get into business with Greg so they can open a Greg store, like a franchise. Don't do Greg, folks. It's better for you to do McDonald's than Greg, because people just walking into Greg and take the food like it's theirs. Nowadays, a biscuit is, they have a lock. They put a lock. So if you were to walk into Greg and you want to get water, the water is locked up. They have like a... they have locked the water so people don't steal it. That's Greg today. Because they know somebody will walk in and take the biscuits and take the the sandwiches and just take the stuff and walk out. So shopkeepers are like, lock this drink. Anyone who wants to buy it, I'm gonna go get a key and I'll open it. They put tag on fucking biscuits now. So you can like beep when somebody walks out. Usually they used to put tags on just expensive stuff like TVs. I'm talking like big stores there. Like Tesco, they used to put tags on like, big TVs and stuff, expensive stuff, maybe Xbox, controller and stuff, expensive stuff. But nowadays, they put tag on like £2 bacon. They put a tag on it. And then because somebody will take it without paying. That's where we are today. Look, shoplifting is insane. We are about to hit 1,000, 100,000 a year. This is just in London, ranging the 12 months, 1 year. And by the way, these are the ones that are being reported by the police. So imagine all the offenses that takes place that the shopkeeper is like, fuck it, man. There's no point in reporting again. Oh, God, they just tuck it. £50 worth of stuff is gone. There's no point reporting. The police won't even turn up. Because I just called them 2 times today. Nothing really happens. This is London right now. And Sadiq Khan wants to tell you that for you to be concerned about London is somehow misinformation or you hate the diversity that they have. It's a big gaslighting campaign that's going on. That's London, folks. And that is Sadiq Khan. It's insane. All right, let's move into the next story. What story should we cover? Last story, right? Owen freaking Jones, all right? Owen Jones. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy. He's made a lot of noises. He's made a name for himself. He's everywhere. So he appeared on BBC and he was arguing about bringing Shamima Begum back to the UK. For those who don't know who Shamima Begum is that little girl. Is the girl that chose to go marry a jihadi who was fighting Britain at the time during the Syrian civil war. And during our troops were there, those guys wanted to go back. And she wanted to, she was groomed online. I don't know how she got to be in contact with this animal that was over there. But she went over there and she got married. She married this jihadi guy who was fighting. He was a part of ISIS. And of course, obviously, if you're part of ISIS, I mean, they're like, well, what do you mean? You think we're going to bring you here? Given what the ISIS members did to Britain in 2017, a Manchester attack, where they detonated a bomb which took a lot of people's lives. And she made a decision to travel all the way there to go join the gang. And she thought we're going to welcome back with open hand and be like, hey, welcome back. No, what do you mean welcome back? You stay there. You made a decision. You go in there. But of course, Owen Jones, as you already know, he likes to always make his cases. He has a big channel. He has a big following. So he went on BBC and he was making a case about Shamima Begum, who should be apparently let back into the country. It's crazy.
He was a young woman who was a girl who was groomed. I would say those Brits fighting for Russia are far more of a problem. No one's calling for their citizenship to be stripped away. Why are we applying these double standards?
Let's just qualify that's because you don't have dual nationality and someone else might do.
No, that's the point. So we're saying what we're saying is people of colour in this country. We're saying you're not quite as British as everybody else. If you cross a line, we'll take away your citizenship, but that doesn't apply to other people. So you're literally saying there's 2 categories of British people in this country.
Sure.
I mean, the fuck?
Can I just get Emma? Because I need to just get Emma in here. I mean, that issue of colour. We're disproportionately affecting people of colour. What the points that Owen makes and Shabna makes, they're right, aren't they?
I think if you're black or Asian, whatever, and you come into and you have another country of origin, let's say you're from Bangladesh. That's your country of origin. That's where you're from. Okay. You come into this country now. This is obviously, we're hosting you. You have, but you have somewhere where we can send you. And you commit a crime. Or maybe you stab us in the back. I think we should send you back. Because you have somewhere where you can go. You have a place where we can send you. But that case cannot be made if somebody is purely born and raised here in the UK, meaning all his ancestral roots is tied to this land. I mean, where are you going to send him? Where are you going to say? Are you just going to make up something? Are you going to look into his blood and find, oh, you have 0.9% from Egypt? So, what do you mean? You can't send him there. How many centuries of generation is that? So yeah, I do think if you have a place where they can send you and you do something wrong, yeah, you should be sent back. Just like I think all the foreign criminals should be sent back, because I mean, they are criminals. They are residing in our jail cells, and they are basically sucking the welfare of us, meaning we have to keep the jail cell open because of them. We have to keep the staff there. We have to feed them. We have to do all these things that cost us hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. And they have a place where we can send them. I mean, it's an easier thing. You just send them. It's like if I had a child, my missus give birth, I have a kid. Boom. Okay, I have a kid at home. All right, that's my kid. My home is his home. There's no way I can send him, right? Because my kid is in my house. I can't send him anywhere. But then if a faraway uncle sends his kids to my house, and his kids, obviously, there's a place I can send him, right? But he's at my house and he mess up, so let's say he goes and smash the plates for no reason. And he's like, fuck it, he's gonna smash the plate. Very nuisance type of thing. He breaks the shower head. And now I'm thinking, fuck, shit, that's crazy. What are you doing, son? What are you doing, son? I call his dad. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna send your kid back. That's normal. That's simple. Because there's somewhere I can send him. But if it's my kid, I'll be like, bro, there's no way I can send you. So I have to punish you. You have to feel the pain. You have to learn how to behave next time. But this guy has his parents, has his, there's a place I can send him. So I want to send him home. And I'll be like, bro, nah, your son is too, yeah, I don't know, bro. He can't stay here any longer. I'm going to send him home. Okay. All right, I'm going to drive there. I'll send him there. I'll bring him there. It's simple. It's normal, right? But somehow we can't do that. But that's my take. But let's play this thing, right? We can disagree to agree. Let's play this thing.
Well, no, but the reason for that is because white people are a global minority. And so, of course, people with dual citizenship are more likely to be people from other races. However, in the case of Jack Letts, Jihadi Jack, he was a Canadian citizen who was stripped, dual citizen, who was stripped of his citizenship. So it's clearly nothing to do with race. It's to do with whether or not you have dual citizenship and whether or not you go and join a terrorist group. And now, one of the reasons why we're talking about this today is because of Alaa Abd al-Fattah. But in his case, he should never have been given citizenship in the first place. So this raises a whole new issue where people are getting citizenship far too easily. He got citizenship purely because his mother was born. If I could finish my point, he is British. He was made British in 2020.
She's British.
Okay,
yes,
she's British born and bred.
Please let me finish my point.
Okay.
So he was entitled to British citizenship because his mother was born in Britain while her mother was studying a PhD here. She was entitled, therefore, to transfer that citizenship to him in 2021 as a means of trying to get him freed from that Egyptian jail. Now, because of that, because of various court cases that mean that you basically don't have to do the good character test if you have a parent who is a British citizen, he was entitled to skip that and just to become a British citizen.
Because he's British, and that's what the point I was making. You didn't have to do a good character test, did you? Because you're
I was
British.
born here and I'm not a dual citizen. But my point
he's a British citizen.
My point is that given the sorts of things that he was saying online, how much he clearly doesn't like white people, clearly doesn't like British people, doesn't like Britain, has said all.
Same thing with this girl. She has dual citizen. She has dual citizen. So if she mess up here in Britain, we can send her back. Wherever she's from. If that's Poland, if that's Bulgarian, whatever that is, if that's Ireland, we send her back. Anybody who has a dual citizen or somebody who has a place of origin and they mess up in the country, it doesn't matter if they're black, white or Asian or whatever, we send them back. I mean, that's normal. You don't want it, you send it back. It's simple. Just like the way they can get. I think, it's easier to get British citizens in the UK. It should be also easy to get it, to take it away from someone. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that somebody might say that is super right, that is super far right, or that is super radical. But I mean, yeah, it could set a dangerous precedent, but then we can make sure the law around it is very is tightly. There's not any loophole. Any government can just come in and try to make a mess of it, meaning to try to deport everybody or to try keep people in that they like. So yeah, I think we can do that. Somebody might disagree with me, but if this girl mess ups, let's say she goes out there and stabs someone, yeah, we should send her back where she's from. It doesn't matter if she's white or black or Asian or Pakistani or whatever. We can send her back. So yeah, that's what I think. But let's listen to this.
Sorts of awful things that would be considered incitement to violence, that he should never have been given British citizenship in the first place. So if the government make a mistake, they should be able to strip people of their citizenship.
Shabna, I'll come to you in a minute. I just want to get Owen to respond to that because you wanted to jump in 3 or 4 times during that.
I mean, lots of people say very offensive things for British. No one would ever dream of calling for their citizenship to be stripped away. These tweets are from 13 years ago, not when he was a British citizen. He was imprisoned by a brutal dictatorship this country arms, woo, patriotism there, and he was released because, as a British citizen, given his mother was British born and bred, the British government argued successfully for his release. You're not calling for other people who say unbelievably offensive things to have their citizenship stripped away. That would be millions of people in this country.
May I come back on that?
Yeah, briefly. And I want to try. Shabna, I know you're waiting, but
that is because non-citizens have different rights to citizens, and he said those things when he wasn't a citizen, and that should have disqualified him from citizenship.
We don't want to get into one specific case. We're talking.
Yeah, exactly. That's even worse. It's like saying, who's a known terrorist who we can like? It's like Abu Zubaydah wants to apply to become a British citizen. I mean, that should be an instant no, right? Because he's a known terrorist. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like Khomeini applied to become a British citizen. I mean, we should say no to that, right? We shouldn't say yes, then figure out that this guy has done this and done this and done this. I mean, it's crazy.
About the broader issue.
And I think that's really important that we get.
So that's Owen Jones right there. He's making a point saying Shamama Begum should be brought back. And he's made endless of tweets. I'm not gonna ruin your day with it. But yeah, he's made multiple tweets. Yeah. And he's made a career of himself on the left. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs and become a MP sometimes in the future. Because you have to know, he's also young. And he looks like he has a lot of energy to join this Zara Sultana club. But yeah, that's him. He wants Shabama Begum back. And he wants anybody who gets the British citizen should never be stripped away from it. I don't know, folks. What do you think? Do you think that should be a thing? Do you think we should be able to take away citizenship from people in the UK? Do you think we should do that? I mean, if somebody has a place where we can send them and they're in the UK and they mess up, meaning they kill someone or they do some, they become a threat to the nation, I mean, we should send them. We should send them back. Especially if we know they're going to do it. Yeah, that's even worse. We should send them straight away. Especially after they've done it, yeah. No arguing. Not even court. Not even going through the court. No, it should be just, you go to his house, you're like, hey, bro, you have 12 minutes to pack up. I know that could be maybe authoritarian type of stuff, but there should be a legal route. There should be space to be able to get that done. Because I know UK is it's heavily tight with, with so much power to the judges. You can have an idea and the judge can just say no. And then done. You're not going to do anything. You can say, hey, we should deport this guy. He's just killed people. The judge can say no. Sometimes we need to also create another way where we can basically tell the judge, you shut up there. I don't know. Maybe that's too far, but yeah. But thank you so much for tuning in. Today it's been a great show. I got a guest who's coming on very soon. Let me just check up on him. He messaged me just. Oh, he just said, "Where's the link?" God. All right, cool. We gotta send the link. I'll be back. Okay. So the people who are watching right now, just hold on. We're gonna come back on with a guest, and of course I need to go and and refill my cup. I've not been. This is a new tea that I've been drinking. It's so nice. I don't know. I should try to hit them up so they can like sponsor me or something. But this new tea is so like it smells. It's very organic. It's like one of those urban stuff. You know what those girls do. Like the crazy stuff that they do. I don't know what it's called, but it's really nice. You have to. It's homemade. It's not like one of those tea bags where you drop in. Sometimes it can bring you some problem, but this one is actually nice. So I'll make it. I'll grind it. It smells nice. It's like your man. It smells really nice. Just the leaves in it smells good. Don't know what it's called. I got it from my mom. She put it in some pack and she said, "Take this. Try this." I've been trying it. Obviously, I can't tell what it's called by the smell of it. But when I go back to my mom's, I'm gonna try to see the package. Take a picture of it and maybe order a couple package. Maybe text the people and be like, "Hey, yo, I like your coffee. I like your tea. Send me more or sponsor the show. My people need to watch to try as well." But I'm gonna go refill. It takes quite a while. It's not like you just turn on the kettle and you just put the tea bag and milk and whatever. No, this one you have to fully actually make it. So it's like I have to probably take off my shirt because I don't want to get mess with it. You have to fully make it and put it in a cup. Then drink it. Because I drink it so fast and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go for another round to make it again. But anyways, it's fun. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel again, as you already know, this is the Baraka Show. Thank you so much, folks.
You are listening to the Baraka Show.
I'll be back with a guest on. Give me 20 minutes. I'll come back with a guest. We've just done 2-hour broadcast with you guys. We will be back with a guest in the next maybe 20 minutes. I already know I gotta make my tea. And yeah, we're gonna go again. This one's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be hardcore. Some of you guys might feel like, "Hey, Brock, man, that's crazy." Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, the guest won't hold back. He won't hold back for sure. So stay tuned. I'll be back live in the next 20 minutes. Without further ado, hand to the head salute. Bye bye. Thank you so much. They tried to erase the signal. They pulled the plug, demonetized, censored, shadow banned. That's what they did to us. But the truth, my friend, will always find the frequency. I call this Operation Airwave Liberation because I'm not just back, I'm broadcasting from ruined. But this time, the airwaves is mine. And this time, it's uncensored. I watched them strip everything that we built. No warning, no explanation, silence, just taking everything away. 300 plus videos, deleted, all gone. And if you think this is about community guidelines, you've not been paying attention. This is a war. This is a digital gulag dressed in a terms of service type of way. They want us gone because we're saying things that they don't like. Maybe we're asking questions because we're curious. They don't like the questions we're asking. Or maybe we refuse to play nice in this echo chamber that we're in. They first hit me with the algorithm. The video is not getting enough views. Then they hit me with the monetization. Well, no money for you. But guess what? They forgot to hit my will. They thought that'll be enough. It's gonna cave and it's gonna run away. But guess what I did? I rebuilt, I rewired, I learned the game behind the curtains and see how they operate. I'm not just back. We're launching Operation Airwave Liberation. No filters, no masters, just signals. The signal they try to block, but this time is very strong. The wind can't even penetrate through this. This, my friend, isn't just about me. It's about all of us. Every single voice that's been cancelled, clipped and used in the wrong way by the media. From now on, moving forward, I'm not just creating content anymore. I'm sorry. I'm building a resistance on camera, off grid, and above the algorithm. And if you are watching this, you are the resistance. This channel isn't just a platform. This is a broadcast tower for the truth. I'm glad I'm back.